Hey guys, James Martin here. I have a message to all my filmmaker friends out there, and that is egos make bad filmmakers. Yes, this is not going to be one of my inspiring tips of the day, nor am I going to share some of my favorite movies for you guys. I have a very important message to my filmmakers out there. You will fail if you let the ego get the better of you. I think a lot of the times us filmmakers can get our head in the clouds and just think about, the fame and the success and, our big movies that we're going on the red carpet and we get to drive in limos and have a very rich life and, Hollywood will love and praise us and the Oscars and all that stuff. Please get that out of your mind. Our focus as filmmakers is to make great movies. That should be the case. A lot of the times I come across different filmmakers who have it in their head that they're going to become like the next Spielberg. They're going to become, the next greatest filmmaker. Stop thinking about the greatness. Okay? Only the great filmmakers, one, are humble. Number two is they hustle. They work their butts off. And number three, they concentrate very heavily on what is it that their audience is going to want to watch and makes movies for them. Now, I'm not saying you have to cater to anyone, but the idea is that who's going to watch your movies? If only you care about your movies, no one's going to watch them. And a lot of times we get caught in this trap, like, it's my movie, like, you get to enjoy my experience, and this is, like, my glorious whatever. No one cares. Like, literally, no one cares. Remember, and I think a lot of filmmakers, even in Hollywood, sort of forget this tactic, and that is the only reason why filmmakers and actors and all these big guys are making any money is because of the audience. Okay? If you don't have an audience, you don't have movies. It's the same with if you're planning on running a business, which I have multiple different businesses. If you don't treat your customers with respect, that's it. They're not going to buy from you. Customer is king. Period. Your audience is king. Period. So stop letting your ego become the better of you. Get humble. And a lot of the times, you know what? You may think you're special. You may think you're incredibly talented. But if you let your ego get in your head and you start becoming disrespectful and rude and obnoxious, no one's going to want to work with you. And as much as you may think that you are super duper talented, I'm telling you from experience, you cannot make a great movie all by yourself. You need people to help you out. You need actors. You need filmmakers. And a lot of the times, and this is just my own personal opinion, I can't stand it when, the traditional sense of filmmakers is that you make a movie, you send it to a festival, you hope that a producer is going to pick up on it, and then that's how you rise to fame and you get more jobs. This is how it works. I don't like that. Because I want to stay in touch with my audience. I want my audience to be some of my best fans out there. I want them to love my movies. I want to be best friends with my audiences. I want to be best friends with my fans. I want them to have the greatest experience and have the greatest fun time possible. But you're not going to achieve that if your ego is getting in the way. Forget egos. This is not about you. There is no universe out there where this is you and this is the planets. Okay? That doesn't exist. This is not about you. This is about your audience. Make sure that everything you're doing is doing for them. Otherwise, you don't have a career. Yes, that's a little bit of my ranting. I don't do too much ranting, but I felt this was super, super important that I had to get out there. Please, for the last time, don't let an ego get in front of you. Be humble, stay focused, and make sure you're really, really focusing on improving your movies. Yes, even people like you can improve. Everyone can improve. Steven Spielberg started from nothing. Okay? His first movie didn't work out so well. It was not until several movies in that he started making really great films. George Lucas, some of his first works weren't great either. It wasn't until his second piece of work, which was Star Wars: A New Hope, actually took off. And the saying goes that the bigger you are, the harder you fall. It is so, so true. Stop with the talking and put action behind your words also. So many people are like, I'm going to be the next great filmmaker and my movies are great and, I know what I'm doing. Forget it. Don't talk the talk. Okay, and what's funny is I hear these type of talks from film students back when I was in film school. Okay, unless you've had 30 years of experience, you can't say that you know what you're doing. You can't say that your movies are great. Unless your movies are making millions and millions and millions of dollars and are getting tons of awards, you can't say your movies are great. Because if they were be great, you wouldn't be in film school. You wouldn't be making all these small movies. You'd be out making the billion-dollar movies. Okay? Stay humble, guys. Make sure that you're focusing on your audience and making sure that you're creating movies for them. It's not about you. It's about the audience that we're serving. And that's what we're doing. We're serving. You're in the business. Business, we serve. That's my message, guys. If there's something that stood out to you, or if you just want to share your thoughts, I'm open for discussion down in the description below. Please keep in mind that if you're going to just go off and say, well, F you, James, you don't know what you're talking about, that's not opening a discussion. I promise, if you're going to post stuff like that, I will not comment. I will not reply to you. I usually try and open a discussion and engage with many people, but I'm only going to engage with people that actually want to open a conversation, want to have a discussion. And I'm not saying that filmmakers in general are egotistical. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that if this is you, you need to take some humble pie, take a chill pill, and remember what your true focus is. So, I'd love to open up a discussion with you, and I hope you get to enjoy some of my other tips and tricks on how to make sure that you become a better filmmaker. But all the tips and whatnot that I can give you is not going to matter unless you get rid of your ego. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Make sure you're focusing on making better movies for your audience.